Hey Star Wars fans, my name is Prince and I am an urban acolyte, and in this video I want to talk with you all about the double Padawan fan speculation, or the double Padawan theory. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this at all. I don't remember where I read it, or I would really give you guys a good citation for my source, but I read this a few months ago, around the middle of June, and I was contemplating on whether or not I'd do a video on it, and I decided what the heck. So anyway, the double Padawan or the double Youngling theory goes that both Rey and Finn were both born children of the Force. For whatever reason, neither of them ever actually made it to Luke Skywalker to become his students, and I guess as fate would have it, if they had made it to Luke and began their training as younglings, then they would have probably been killed by Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren when Ben Solo decided to turn and destroy the new Jedi Order. Now, a number of you have been asking me about if I still believe that Finn is Force sensitive, and yes, I do still buy into the possibility that Finn was born a child of the Force. We don't actually see him do any Force related stuff unless you're looking at that scene on Takodana. So that's really the only indication that we have, the only outward indication that Finn may be Force sensitive, meaning he was born a child of the Force. Now, I want to comment on something, because when Han Solo is talking to Rey and Finn about Luke Skywalker and the Force, and he says it's real, all of it, in the junior novel version of The Force Awakens, Finn is thinking to himself, wow, the First Order never taught me any of this. So up until this point, Finn has never even heard of the Force. Also, I want to call your attention to the epilogue, or the ending of the junior version of The Force Awakens novel. And I'm just going to read that to you all. All right, so it says, once there was great knowledge of the Force, an energy field created by all living things that bound the galaxy together. The Force was what gave the Jedi their power. It had allowed them to accomplish great physical and mental feats and to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Yet when the Jedi were hunted down and destroyed, knowledge of the Force seemed to die with them. For many years afterwards, individuals sensitive to the Force possessed neither the instruction nor the insight to properly call on it. Its true power remained dormant in their lives, a potential never tapped. Eventually, scarce evidence of its presence led few to believe that the Force had ever existed at all. Yet within the girl and the man, and the lightsaber held between, the Force stirred anew. So we have this movie, The Force Awakens, right? And right now the cosmic force is asleep. But according to the way the novel ends, knowledge of the Force is dormant, it's asleep. So there are people, children of the Force, who have been born for at least 2 generations, and they have no knowledge of the Force. Belief in the Force is stamped out. And what did Dave Filoni say in the video that I did on the Force in the midi-chlorians? He said that everyone has the Force to some degree. The problem is most people don't believe in it, and so they never do anything to train their ability, their understanding, their comprehension of the Force. Now, as far as this double Padawan thing goes, I think it would be cool. I don't believe it, but I accept some things. I accept that Finn and Rey both have the potential. They have the potential to become Jedi, to find Luke Skywalker and be trained to become Jedi if they're both born children of the Force. I also think that things happened that prevented Luke Skywalker from finding them. I've said this in another video. I really do think that Rey has ties to the Empire. One, she has a Coruscanti accent, which is usually associated with Imperials. Most of the rebels speak American English because, well, most of them come from the Outer Rim, with the exception of Princess Leia. I think that had more to do with Carrie Fisher's acting, or maybe back when the original saga came out, it was, hey, Imperials talk like Imperials, rebels talk like rebels, right? And if you have someone who talks like an Imperial but they're a rebel, it would kind of throw things off. Like I said, I think that both Rey and Finn had ties to the Empire. I accept the possibility that Rey was probably born on Jakku, right? Maybe her parents were affiliated with that research station on Jakku, and for whatever reason they got left behind. The First Order might have come behind and killed them. There's also the possibility that Rey was supposed to become a youngling student of Luke, and maybe Luke was supposed to go to Jakku and find her. Something went wrong and she ended up getting left there. Luke never found her, and that would account for why Kylo Ren appears to know something about a girl on Jakku. Right? But this is all speculation. This is all for fun. And that's the great thing about being a Star Wars fan in this day and age, is that we can have these conversations and say what if and discuss crazy, far out there speculations like the one about Supreme Leader Snoke is actually Boba Fett. That's one going around Reddit, and some other Star Wars YouTube channel covered that. I'm considering covering that video just so I can poke holes in that theory that's on Reddit, because there are a lot of holes in it that I saw when I read it. So I read it on Reddit. That's my southern accent coming out. Anyway, that's the double Padawan theory. So what do you guys think about this? Do you really think that Finn and Rey were both supposed to become youngling students of Luke, and things went wrong where Finn ended up getting taken by the First Order and Rey ended up getting left on Jakku? What are your thoughts on that? And if you do like this fan theory, let me know how you think it worked out. Like, how do you think Finn ended up being taken by the First Order and Rey ended up being taken by Rey ended up getting left on Jakku? So I'll be looking forward to reading what you guys have to say, and maybe I'll do a video on kind of some of the best explanations for how that happened when things kind of slow down. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. I'm deciding on if I'm going to actually do that Snoke is Boba Fett video, and I've also got another video, another kind of crazy out there fan speculation about Rey being a clone of someone, a big character who's not Anakin Skywalker. So aside from that, I'm gonna hit these Rebels reviews pretty hard and get that Jyn Erso video out to you, and also get a couple of videos done for my Urban Acolyte gaming channel, where I focus on Star Wars The Old Republic. So check that out if you haven't already. Anyway, that's all I've got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the Force be with you always.